On a quiet summer evening, when the air was warm and the sky was glowing pink and gold, there lived two little green frogs by a sparkling river. The river shimmered like silver under the fading sun, and the tall reeds swayed as if they were whispering secrets only frogs could hear. These two frogs, brothers by birth, were known far and wide in the valley, not because they were brave or clever, but because they never listened to anyone, not even their own dear mother. If their mother told them to hop to the left, they would hop to the right. If she said, "Be quiet," they would croak and sing even louder. When she asked them to fetch water, they would spill it on purpose. They thought it was fun to do the opposite, but they never understood how much worry it caused their mother. Their poor mother frog loved them more than anything, but every night she sighed by the riverbank. "What will I do with my disobedient little ones?" she whispered as the moonlight touched her tired eyes. The river heard her sadness. The wind carried her sighs across the valley. Even the stars seemed to twinkle more gently above, as if they felt her pain. Time passed, and the little frogs grew bigger, but they never grew wiser. One day, their mother became very ill. Her voice, once full of strength, became soft like falling rain. She called her two sons close and said, "My dear children, I do not have much time left. I have one last wish. When I am gone, please bury me on the sunny hillside near the forest." But as soon as she said it, she frowned. She knew her sons too well. They always did the opposite of what she asked. If she asked for the sunny hill, they would surely bury her by the damp riverside instead. So, with a weary heart, she changed her words. "No, bury me by the riverbank in the wet ground." The two green frogs looked at each other. For the first time, their mother's words did not sound like a scolding, but like a goodbye. Something deep inside them felt heavy, but they did not speak. Not long after, their mother passed away. The brothers sat in silence for the first time in their lives. The reeds no longer whispered. The river no longer sparkled. Everything felt empty without her voice. At that moment, the frogs thought about all the times they had ignored her. Every disobedient hop, every careless croak, every game they played while she worried. It all came rushing back like waves crashing against their hearts. And then they remembered her final words, "Bury me by the riverbank." They thought about it carefully. She always wanted the opposite of what we did. If we bury her by the river, that must mean she really wanted the hillside. This time, we must do what she truly wished. So, for the first time in their lives, the two frogs obeyed. With tears rolling down their green cheeks, they carried their mother gently to the sunny hillside and laid her to rest there. The ground was soft, the breeze was warm, and wildflowers bloomed nearby. They thought, now she can rest in peace, far from the damp riverside. But then, the sky darkened. Clouds gathered and rain began to fall. The river below roared and rose higher than ever before. Thunder shook the valley, and lightning split the heavens. The frogs trembled in fear. Each time the rain poured, their hearts sank. What if the hillside washes away? What if Mother's grave is swept into the river? And so, from that day on, whenever it rained, the two green frogs cried. Their voices, once playful and defiant, now carried sorrow that echoed through the valley. Their croaks were no longer mischievous songs, but cries of regret. At night, villagers passing by the river would hear the sound of the frogs weeping in the rain. They would say, "Those are the green frogs mourning their mother. They cry because they never listened when she was alive." The story spread far and wide, and soon every child in the land learned of the frogs who had learned too late the value of obedience and love. The twist of fate was cruel. The only time they listened to their mother was when her words were meant in reverse. And yet their love was true, even if it came too late. Generations later, whenever heavy rain falls in Korea, people still say the sound of frogs crying in the storm is the voice of those two brothers, forever weeping for the mother they lost. The river still flows, the reeds still sway, but the croaks of the frogs carry an eternal lesson. Listen to those who love you before it is too late. The green frogs remind us that love and respect should not wait for tomorrow. When someone cares for us, we should listen, honor their words, and show them kindness while we still can. And so, dear friends, the next time you hear frogs singing after the rain, remember, it may be their way of sharing this timeless tale of love, regret, and the importance of listening. Like, comment, and subscribe for more magical folk tales. And don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss a new story. And here's a question for you. If you could tell your parents or loved ones one thing right now, what would it be? Share your answers in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts.